Working on tonic for Clean Break has been a really fascinating journey. I think that one of the most exciting things about the whole journey has been that we had quite a clear idea of what we wanted to get out of the programme, in that we wanted to try and use our contribution and our participation in tonic to try and ethnically diversify the artists that we work with. And then through the process, we shifted that vision completely and have since made the focus a much more long-term focus for Clean Break, which is about a much more complex diversity within our workforce and ultimately our senior management team. I think one of the most exciting things about working on tonic and the most optimistic for Clean Break was the cohort, the interaction with the cohort. And from a personal perspective, I was just constantly very buoyed by the great enthusiasm and will that is across, in this case, theatre, opera and dance, or the individuals from those organisations involved in the cohort, towards change. I think sometimes from the outside it's easy to make a judgment and to not really appreciate the complexities around some organisational history and potential barriers towards change. But what I took from the cohort was a great and positive attitude towards the potential and the realisation of gender equality in the arts. From a Clean Break perspective, I think that my colleagues would agree with me when I say that tonic and our process with working with tonic has shone a little light on who we are and perhaps the presumptions we make about how progressive we might be sometimes. So we're an all-female organisation, and maybe from that standpoint we thought that we are covering a lot of bases in terms of diversity, but in fact when you really scratch the surface there were some really hard questions that we had to ask ourselves in terms of future planning, in terms of career trajectory, in terms of how we interact and encourage and enhance the careers of women we engage with outside of the artistic programme. And it's been an important process for us to think about, I think, the detail and the minutiae around how we recruit, for example, but also what planning is being put in place for the future to change the face of Clean Break and for us to continue to be a progressive organisation who value voices that aren't being heard. The best thing, though, I think about tonic is that it's just a starting point and it's going to go on for a long time in Clean Break. It's opened some doors and some concepts and some worlds, and it's been a very important springboard for us to progress and to maintain a radical centre to what we're doing at Clean Break. So thank you to Lucy and to the team for their dedication.